It is a shame for a person to grow old without seeing the beauty and strength of which their body is capable of. Socrates. I was 250 pounds of pure fat at age 16. I had man boobs, low testosterone, and worst of all, absolutely zero self-confidence. At the start of 2017, my older cousin Rishi forced me to get into the gym, and because of him, my life has never been the same. So thank you, and I love you, Rishi. By getting in the gym, not only did I start to lose all the fat and gain muscle, but best of all, it made me confident in myself. And without that confidence, I probably would have never believed in myself enough to start this YouTube channel and be able to help young men who are struggling just like me. So drop a thank you to Rishi in the comments, because without him, who knows if you'd be watching this video today. But enough of the sob story about me being a fat ass. That's not the point of this video. The point of this video is to condense my 9 years of trial and error into a video a beginner can watch and have the information I wish I had when I first started, so you don't make the same mistakes that I did. So without further ado, here's everything you need to know for your fat to fit journey. Most of this will apply to the skinny dudes as well, but I can't say for sure because I was never skinny. Starting with the biggest mistake I made on my journey, the food you're eating is more important than the work you're putting in at the gym. For a lot of people this will be common sense, but unfortunately for me, I was going based off the idea of if it fit my macros, then it was fine to eat, especially since now I worked out. And I'm ashamed to admit this, but I remember eating an entire Little Caesars pizza after a workout because it had 75 grams of protein, not taking into account the loads of sugar and trans fats in it. And as crazy as it sounds, even while eating pizzas and McDonald's almost daily, I was still losing weight because I was still in a caloric deficit. But what I wasn't thinking about was the consequences on my overall health this was having. See, eating this processed junk food in moderation is fine, as the occasional treat or on a night out with your boys, as a reward for achieving something meaningful. But when consumed in excess, they can mess up your heart, arteries, brain, and so much more. So when you're starting your fitness journey, educate yourself on nutrition, learn about what's good for you and what's not. And I'm not saying entirely cut these foods out, but definitely try to cut back on them as much as you can. A decent principle is the 80-20 rule. Consume 80% of your weekly calories from whole foods with single ingredients like meats, veggies, nuts, and fruits. And with the remaining 20%, enjoy some junk. Think of it almost like budgeting your money, but with caloric intake instead. And a bonus tip for the skinny guys, always clean bulk. It might be harder, but nothing good in life comes easy. You'll avoid a whole host of long-term health issues clean bulking as compared to dirty bulking. My next biggest mistake was an over-reliance on supplements. In my opinion, the only two fitness supplements that are worth your time and money are Tren and D-Ball. Just kidding, don't take steroids, that shit's really bad for you. The real two supplements I endorse are whey protein and creatine monohydrate. Both of these have tons of high-quality studies backing them, but even still, try to get most of your protein from real protein sources like beef, chicken, milk, etc. They're called supplements for a reason. Also, don't fall for the hype for things like terkestrone or whatever other supplements dudes like Greg Doucette are shilling these days. Another big mistake I had was having unrealistic expectations for my fitness journey. We've all seen the insane 1-year transformation videos as well as the massive gains celebs put on in a few months for a role in a superhero movie. But I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Most of those guys are on steroids. Be happy with progress, regardless of how small it may feel. You're doing this the natural way, and that's a lot more rewarding and healthy than shortcutting with PEDs. Next up, this one might be the most important thing that I wish I knew when I started. Form is more important than weight. I know it feels great to bench a plate, but if your form is off, not only are you at risk of an injury, but you also will not be making as good gains as if you were doing the workout properly with correct isolation. To counter this, watch some videos of how to do the lift properly and work on your mind-muscle connection. Adding on to that, don't ego lift. For those of you that don't know what ego lifting is, don't try to lift more than you can in an attempt to impress girls or your gym bros, because 9 times out of 10, no one will give a shit, and it looks worse for you to try and lift some heavy ass weight and then drop it on yourself and get hurt. Next is getting optimal recovery. Working out consistently is great and I recommend it. However, do not overwork yourself. Take at least one rest day a week to recover, because recovery is as important as putting in the work. Adding on to that, make sure you're getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep, because sleep is when your body actually builds the muscle, as well as giving yourself enough time to rest between sets. I recommend 1 minute between each set at the least. Next up is tracking your progress. One of my biggest regrets on my fitness journey was not documenting my progress with pictures or a log of the weights I'd been lifting. Not only is this great for motivation, seeing how far you've come, but it also allows you to progress easier by knowing when a weight has gotten too easy for you and when it's time to progress ahead. Because remember guys, the key to building muscle and strength is progressive overload. I'll link a free app called Strong down below that I use to track my lifting sessions. Along with the app, I'll give you guys the 3-day split I use for free. Just press the link after downloading the app and it should let you add it straight into the app. And last but certainly not least is don't skip out on the cardio. Cardio is absolutely essential to a healthy life as it keeps your heart and lungs healthy and it gives you more stamina. Don't listen to these idiot fitness YouTubers like Athlean X that tell you cardio is killing your gains. Looking good and being jacked is great, but so is not having a heart attack at 45. There's tons of different ways to get your cardio in. Treadmill, biking, sports, martial arts, even though that is a sport. Find one you like and do at least an hour and a half to 2 hours a week for optimal cardio gains. A few honorable mentions are gonna go to not overworking, which put simply is don't be working out for super long. Aim for an hour of lifting max per day. Next is finding a good split. This is pretty simple. Find a workout routine that hits every muscle at least once a week. Like I said, I'll leave my split down below. Along with that, I'll also link a blog post with some good info for beginner lifters as well. Drop your questions or any advice for the boys in the comments. I'll also try to reply to everyone. Other than that, I don't got anything else to add, so as usual, thanks for your time and for watching my video. Share it with someone who would get some value from it. If you liked the video, smash the like button to help me with the algorithm. Also, we've gained a lot of subs in the last week, so to each of you guys, thank you so much. It's been your boy Manu, Manit, whatever you want to call me. I love you, goodbye,